Hello everyone, most intros are in fact trash, so let's just get straight into the review. BlacKklansman is the latest film to come from the least subtle man in Hollywood, Spike Lee. BlacKklansman stars John David Washington, Adam Driver, Laura Harrier, and Topher Grace. We follow two undercover cops as they seek to foil a potential threat within the Ku Klux Klan. In reality, this doesn't seem to be all that much of a threat considering it's the Ku Klux Klan. They have the combined intelligence of a DCEU fan. This review will be spoiler free, so don't get your dick in a twist. This format is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to just for the sake of keeping things fresh. Let's first talk about the bad shit. I get it. I fucking got it the 5th time you made the reference, Spike Lee. I even got it when you made the reference a 13th time. I don't mind political messages in movies, but Spike Lee must think that everyone in America is a fucking dunce considering he basically tells you the message by the end. Which, speaking of the end, the final 5 minutes gets an entire point taken away from it due to how on the nose it is. You couldn't get more blatant unless Spike Lee rolled his wart-infested body across the screen and told us the moral of his movie himself. If you want to make a movie with some political agency or theme, then look at Sorry to Bother You as an example of keeping things subtle in terms of the deeper stuff and making things outrageous on a surface level. Sorry to Bother You literally shows a horse cock on the screen multiple times as well as making horse cock a major plot element, and I'm still struggling to analyze all the complex symbolism and theming of the entire screening. My second big issue happens to be with the pacing. Some moments, especially during the first and third act, feel incredibly slow. It feels like a competent editor came in and cut together the second act, but Spike Lee decided to give the whole editing thing a shot for the rest of the movie. Especially when he lingers on this fucking scene in the third act that if cut in half would have been absolutely fucking beautiful. Spike Lee just takes great things and pounds them into fucking dust. My third big last issue pertains to Adam Driver's character. Considering the amount of time Adam is on screen, his character is very engaging at points, but it's very hard to care about his safety when he isn't given much characterization and his arc is very rushed. You got fucking Adam Driver and you weren't going to give him shit to do besides say funny things. Fuck you, Spike Lee. I wish I could fry your testicles and fucking eat them. BlacKklansman has a lot of good in it. The performances are all stand out, especially John David Washington. My favorite thing in BlacKklansman has to be the comedy. This movie's a fucking riot when it's not a pretentious piece of shit. My favorite comedies use situational humor that requires some build-up, and BK executes this perfectly. I refuse to believe Spike Lee wrote those jokes. I don't know why, but I've got a personal vendetta against Spike Lee right now. He probably fucked my mom and didn't call back or some shit. I really don't know. Visually, the movie at times does look kind of bland, but overall I did like the cinematography and framing. John David Washington's character theme had some nice jazzy bits to it that I liked. I'm a true gentleman who only listens to jazz and only respects women. Unless they reject me, then I'll fucking throw my feces at them. Another great thing I enjoyed was really how interesting the narrative was. I'm not awfully familiar with how accurate this movie is to real life events, but he did pick a basic premise that is incredibly engaging. Call me old-fashioned, but seeing dim-witted racists get outsmarted multiple times throughout a movie is really satisfying. Overall, BlacKklansman is a great movie contained within a fine movie. I give BlacKklansman a 7 out of 10. I'd recommend this movie to someone with the brain of a child or Spike Lee, but those things are basically the exact same. I have some social media on the screen. Subscribe, hit the bell, and farewell.